up here shortly after and introduce yourselves. But let's get this show on the road. You ready? Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and which one of you ladies in here think y'all the finest one walking?
Everybody.
Everybody,
Everybody is.
Okay.
Everybody. Ain't no haters up in here.
I know there's ain't no haters up in here. But she said that, can I have you come up here to the front? Yeah, you said no haters. That's what this is all about. All right now.
Look, I don't know how it is.
Okay. Yeah, right. Okay, I need two more ladies that think they're looking fine to come on up here and sing with me. Just two more.
I said ain't no haters.
She said ain't no haters.
Collaborate. Come on, ladies.
Y'all came to show us and talk and ask these men some questions. Where y'all at?
I go.
Okay, come on.
Beautiful.
Need one more beautiful lady to come up here and join us. All right, Miss B.
Come on, D.
Look, all right.
But I wasn't gonna say that. I'm gonna say no here.
Okay, we got three beautiful ladies. Let's give it up for these volunteers. Okay, so Amber said, who is the finest women in here? So we're going to see about the men. If you know you look good, if you woke up this morning, wash your face, brush your teeth, got the wave grease out, and brush your hair, and some of them was brushing scalp. But no, we love our men with hair, dreads, waves, balls, all of that. If you know you look good, you're a provider, you're a protector, you're a boss, you smelling good and you looking good. Let's see who we can get up here. Can we get some volunteers up here to come join the ladies?
Come on, fellas.
The panelists, if y'all want to come up here, y'all can.
You want to come on up here?
Okay. We need one more man. If you don't come up here, I'll call you out.
We don't want to call y'all out. Come on.
No?
You want to come on up here? All right now. All right.
Hey.
Miss Me?
Okay. So, not yet, Miss Big. I'm sorry. I know. Hold on a second. Okay, so you guys know we have y'all up here for a reason. And so it's gonna be a little, this is men talk and this is sisterhood. It's gonna be a little battle of the sexes, okay? So it's gonna be a real fun, interactive game that we're going to play. I need one of the gentlemen to come take this table down and put it right here in the middle, please. And while they're doing that, what we're gonna do is let the contestants introduce themselves. We're gonna do it real quick. What your name is, what you do, and how did you hear about Men Talk?
Hello, everybody. My name is E. And hi, everybody. Mr. Gray, Anthony Gray over there. Y'all may know Miss Man Gray. But I'm part of him, he's part of me, and that's what I do.
Woo! All right, Miss E.
Hello, I'm Jackie, and I work for the federal government. And I learned about Men Talk through my niece, Amber Morgan.
I am Coach Tasha Mack, the visionary and founder of Circles of Synergy in King's Men Reign.
Okay. Yes, y'all gonna go ahead and introduce yourselves and how you heard about it.
Okay, I don't know what panel this is for me. I believe this is my fourth. I'm Lee. I've been here 4 times. I learned about the panel through 817 group by Mr. Gray. And what was the last bit?
Just your name, what you do, and how you heard about Men Talk.
Oh, what I do? Well, I'm a small business owner. I have a landscaping company and a tech company. I also have a clothing brand, and I'm gonna leave it right there for now.
My name is John Broadus. I am a real estate professional. Mostly, I'm switching over retail stuff, but mostly investment things. I heard about this through Malcolm right here, my man Malcolm, brother, and now official. His brother just married my sister, so it's crazy. Yes, my name is Derek. I was actually just
I asked to come out to show some support to my brother Brandon and also my man Nick. What I do is I'm a vice president over at Goldman Sachs. I also originated on a podcast called Mic Check. Mic Check stands for Men in Conversations.
Thank you so much. So we're gonna play a game and we're gonna reveal the game. Amber, can you help me with this?
Come on over here. Come on over here.
Okay. Come on, Missy. So, we're gonna play a little game of Family Feud, but instead of Family Feud, it's gonna be Sisterhood Feud, okay? So, it's gonna be a little bit different than the traditional Family Feud. We're gonna have the lovely Miss Nick. She's gonna be hosting and saying the questions for you. So, guys, can you move on just a bit? Miss Nick, can you get right here in the middle? Okay, so, first of all, we gonna give you the rules. Rule number one, no phones. Please don't ask Google. Don't ask Siri. Don't call cousin Pookie. Ask him the answers either, okay? Second of all, audience, do not help them. Let them do it on their own. For the audience, all y'all can do, if you cheer for the men, woo, 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 woo. Y'all know, for the women, you know, clapping, you go, girl. Okay, right. And the other instructions is when you get right here, contestants, one hand behind your back, have your other hand up level with Miss Nick's shoulders. Let her do the entire question. Whoever hits the buzzer first, they get the answer. If you're wrong, the other team gets to do it. Whoever's closest to the answer.
I'm supposed to go sit down, cause I'm very competitive. I'm very competitive.
Whoever closest to the answer, they're gonna get the point. If no one's even close to the answer, the next second person goes. So with these, you're gonna need these. Like I said, it's a little bit different from, it's a little bit different from the regular traditional Family Feud. So the DJ's gonna play a little music. You're gonna have 2 minutes each before we start to come up with a team captain for each one and a team name. 2 minutes.
All right. Bring it out.
Yes, put your name. Y'all put your name on the board. Write your name on the board.
The name of a team. Yes.
The team name. Have the team captain and the team name. Y'all ready?
Can I speak with you?
Okay, Amber, you, okay, Amber. You go up there. Okay, Amber, you introduce. Okay, y'all write them down? Hurry up now.
We right now. Yeah, she wanted bigger. I'm gonna put this. Y'all know me. There we go.
Okay.
Battle of the Sexes, Sisterhood, Family Feud.
All right, Amber, you're gonna introduce the women.
Okay, our lovely women group over here is Diamonds. So y'all give a round of applause for Diamonds. The Diamonds and the China.
Okay, and the men's group, what is y'all's team name?
Team LDJ.
Okay.
Let's give a round of applause for the men.
And who is the team captain that we're gonna go first?
Who's our team captain?
Pretty and pink, so you.
Pretty and Pink.
I'm
Team
Jackie.
captain.
Your team captain.
Miss Jackie, okay. And it's a team
Say you
captain.
competitive, ain't Jackie?
Okay, we're gonna let our board member introduce herself and then we're gonna get started with the game.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out to Men Talk 7. I won't be long-winded because, of course, I'm infamous for being so. I am Miss Neek, also known as Miss Neek Revamp. I am one of many board members of the Sisterhood Foundation. I am also a serial entrepreneur. I'm a published author, motivational speaker, trauma healing coach, so on, so on, so on, so on. Okay, so we came to act a fool and have fun in the grown-up way, right?
Right.
If you anything like me, I'm competitive and I love games, so let's do it all in one whop. Okay, I feed off energy, right?
Yeah.
There you go. That's the type of energy I want, right? So we gonna get out here, we gonna get this energy started, we gonna go ahead and make sure we set the tone for the audience as far as in our environment so that when we are ready and have that intellectual men talk, we already got the goofies, the sillies, and all the other willies out of us, right?
And I'm sorry, for the contestants, if you don't know or somebody gets the answer wrong or something, you can consult with your teammates to get an answer.
Okay. So that we're clear, I'm gonna ask a question.
Yeah.
Whoever hits the buzzer first gets to answer that question. If it is a question where you can be close but not specific, then you can, the closest one and, gets that answer, right? That gets that point.
Right.
If it is one that is not, where you have to be specific, you can then consult with your teammate to figure out what that answer is. Come back, then we will answer that question. If no one gets that right,
Just make sure they hands up.
oh yeah, if no one gets that right,
Hold it too long.
right, hold on to it real quick. If no one gets that right, then we just move on to the next question. Simple enough? No audience help? We know y'all dope, but we won't need y'all right now. Okay? All right. I don't know what I'm going with that. Okay.
No, you need to. People love.
Okay. What rap artist recently won 2025 BET Gospel Awards? I mean, yes. That is the correct area. Yes.
Look at the internet.
Yes.
Working my head
Yes.
out.
You got 1 point for them.
The world
Yes.
has evolved.
Yes, they did. All right. Well, you're the team captain, so you're gonna stay. You can just consult with your other teammates for the next thing. Okay, all right? All right, okay, next question. Which planet is the furthest from the sun?
In this galaxy?
Yes.
All right.
You guys are. Well, you can
Okay.
consult with
That
your
would be my.
colleague.
But that's-
30 seconds.
It's still on you. Go ahead.
Well, we're gonna go with Pluto, but we're not sure if it's still up.
So now you got a chance to answer the question. What did you guys choose?
Saturn.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Neptune. So no one.
The next person gets to go.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now y'all can rotate. Okay. All right. Okay, now, I don't know about you all, it is y'all are good in mathematics, okay? This is a mathematic question. Okay, all right, what is 2,087 plus 5692? Go ahead.
Oh, you were not done.
I know that was it, I'm sorry, I just like keep going.
Yeah, that's what the board's for.
Go ahead, you're gonna do that on the board. I'll go again. Was 2087 at plus 7779?
No.
No, that wasn't.
I'm sorry. We don't disregard that question. Because I didn't get you the answer. Hell. My bad, y'all. There's a lot of words going on.
We'll come back to the math question.
We'll create a new one. So that one, we're gonna disregard that question in general. I'll go ahead and move on to the next question.
And if you don't know the answer, please don't hit the buzzer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't do that, please. You can step away and get the consult with them, then come back to the buzzer. You don't know.
Okay, here's a more prevalent question.
Okay.
What is the percentage of Black Americans that have never been married? Go ahead, Diamonds. 70%. That is incorrect. Oh.
Come on, let's talk about it.
It is. It's not. I'm gonna let y'all go with this.
Not the-
It's at 85%.
That is incorrect. It is 48%. So y'all, hey, more of us married than not. Let's be clear about that.
Yeah.
All right, so next person, 48%, correct. All right, next contestants. Ooh, Lord.
Okay. Come on, you got it. Is this in your?
Okay.
And after this one, Miss D, we got another math.
Okay, cool. All right. Actually, because I'm gonna murder that other thing.
I can say it.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Let me see the question.
Yeah, because me and my brain, we working together. You good?
Okay, so I encourage you to get your whiteboards. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is one of the longest words in the English language. How many vowels? You can get your whiteboard, try to spell it, and consult with your team. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. 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 Y'all been married couples, ain't y'all?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I ain't said it since.
How many vowels? Whoever gets the closest will get the point. You got 30 seconds. Whoever hits the buzzer, you go
We're
first.
only counting vowels, guys.
Only
Not the
vowels.
whole word, just vowels.
And time. Who gonna hit the buzzer?
They hit that at the same time. Oh, there we go. He's looking at the double.
I got it.
People say, hold on, let it.
That's incorrect.
11.
Close enough. You guys get the point. The answer is 6-2.
Okay. Next contestant. This is gonna be our last question.
Oh,
Yeah.
We not getting.
It is the math.
Nobody's
Nobody's the mathematician. Okay, the math question is. Please do not write anything yet, please. Let us finish the question, please. The question is.
Hold it. Turn my alarm off. Just hit the.
Math question, 7,240 plus 5,322. 7,240 plus 5,322.
Repeat, what was that?
Diamonds.
12,562.
They got it.
You are correct. All right now. Thank you guys for playing Sisterhood Feud.
So Battle of the Sexes, the ladies won. You get a gift card. Thank you very much for participating.
Thank you. Back for me. Thank you. I want you. I want you guys. Thank y'all. I love it.
So we really appreciate the ladies and the men. And let's stand up, give a round of applause for the beautiful ladies that came up here and took the
down. Okay?
Right, ladies?
All right, ladies, thank y'all so much.
Okay, so we're gonna move along with the ceremony, I guess. And next we're gonna have one of our board members, Miss Lisa, come on up. We're gonna take the stage, grab your attention for just a second.
All right, everybody. Y'all know y'all favorite part of church, right? It's tithes and offering. Being that this is the 7th pilot of Men's Talk, not one time ever we requested a donation on behalf of Sisterhood. Amber gave you a synopsis of it, but we fund the girls going on college trip visits. And you know how you are when you're an adolescent and you want to do something, but your parents just don't have it. Well, that's where we come in. And our young ladies one day have to be women. So we would like, if you could be so kind and generous, to consider donating to Sisterhood Foundation. We are a nonprofit. This past year, the girls went to Prairie View. The year before was Xavier University. These are HBCUs, okay? So as we pour back into our youth, we ask that y'all attribute and help us to give to the young ladies as well. We have a QR code, Cash App, Zelle, all that good stuff. We can even take cash, all right? So if you could be so kind and find it in your heart to give back to our young ladies, we would greatly appreciate it because we just don't have, we're not in a time right now where our young ladies are being steered the right way. So that's where we're coming in and trying to help them to see. Some of them wouldn't even visit colleges if it wasn't for Sisterhood Foundations, and they thoroughly enjoy it. You pick your number. It could be $1 on up. We would prefer a minimum of 5, all right? That's what's a scratch off. It's about a scratch off, right? Think about your household, your own children, grandchildren. You want somebody to pour back into them, right? Well, that's what we're here for. And these trips, we cover their expenses. We don't ask nothing out of the parents' pockets. It comes straight from Sisterhood. So with that being said, we thrive off of any blessing you can give, okay? Because we know God is good. And when you give, he gives it back to you.
Yes.
Press down, shaking together, and run it over, all right? So however he moves on your heart to do so. Because if you ain't tithe in church, you're going to get his tithes from you one way or another. You ain't going to be in church. There'll be a flat tire. You know, it'll be something you weren't expecting.
Yep.
So give to a good cause. All right? Thank y'all so much. Okay, well, the men are getting ready to come out. I want to give a brief description about Sisterhood. Sisterhood started in 2022. I had the idea, I graduated from the University of North Texas, and I was like, we need something in Fort Worth where we're giving back to our youth. And as we started that, I was like, no, we need the women too. Because if women can't talk, if we have attitudes with each other, what we think these girls are saying. So we wanted to expand and do both. We wanted to work with the women. So as long as the women get it right, we know that we have great representation for the girls. Because the girls are always watching, they always have questions, and they're looking up to us. So if we can't get it right, we can't expect for them to get it right. And we know how we're portrayed, African American women, how we're portrayed in the media is not always in a good light. So what Sisterhood does, we provide that good life for them. Like my sister said, we took 10 girls this past summer, July 13th through the 15th. We took 10 girls to Prairie View University. We stayed down there in the Airbnb. We took them, they didn't have to pay for anything. We took them to the mall, we ate, and we just did activities to bridge the gap. One activity that stood out the most, we had the girls to interact with each other. When I tell you they were silent, like it was like pulling teeth to get them to talk. But by the end of the activity, they were laughing, they were dancing, they recorded a video. It was very rewarding to see them girls do that. They came out of their shell. So what we're doing with Sisterhood, it may be slow in transition, slow in process, but we're getting somewhere with our babies. So I just wanted to say that. Now we're going to go on with the celebration of Men Talk, what y'all came here for. We're going to go ahead and do our introductions of the men and get this party started with talking to the men.
All right.
And we also just want everyone to remember, we are gonna have a section where the ladies can ask questions, but we just wanna, make sure when we ask the questions, we're being respectful of the men. This is an opportunity for them to have a voice. The So we're gonna let them express themselves. It's not to be combative back and forth or debate. We're gonna ask a question. No question answer is wrong or right. So we just gotta remember to be respectful because these men are giving their expertise, their time and everything else to help towards the community and what we're trying to do. So we really appreciate them. So we are going to start off by introducing, one second, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry about that, y'all. First, we're gonna have our first panelist come out. He is the business owner of Business Therapy Firm. He is a business therapist, five-time author, writer, and entrepreneur of nearly two decades. Excuse me. He is the refined gentleman. We're gonna have him come out.
Brandon Powell. All right, now, Mr. Brandon. Okay, and our second panelist, the clever gentleman. He's the business owner of Clockwork Solutions, internal development consultant. He's a proud veteran of the U.S. military. He promotes the personal and business development of others. One of his favorite quotes is, "It is far easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled." So let y'all give a grand round of applause for Mr. Malcolm Dixon.
And I must say, the gentleman looks so debonair and so handsome. So we are thankful for dressing up and getting snaggy for us on the 7 Men Talk. Okay, our third panelist, he has the business Wrap House Raw Foods. He is a multidisciplinary entrepreneur, a specialist of AI, animation, plant-based nutrition, and metaphysical science, the co-owner of Life Foods Organic Restaurant, and he is also an author. Let's give it up for Emmanuel Lewis.
Woo! All right. Give me that one. All right. Give me that fast. Give me that. Give me that fast. Give me that wit. Give me that. Okay, and last but certainly not least, he's also one of the sponsors of the Sisterhood Foundation. Our panelist, Mr. I won't say his name yet. The classic gentleman. He's the owner of DS Sounds, music, film production, and audiovisual director, studio owner, and videographer. He's a proud father and dedicated to Black excellence advocate. Let's give a round of applause for not only.
Actually, everybody, please stand up for this panelist. And we're gonna tell y'all why.
Ovation.
We're gonna give him a standing ovation. And we're gonna bring out Mr.
Derek Simmons. All right. The reason why we're honoring Derek is the reason why we were able to do this grand production and this celebration of Men Talk Part 7. Derek started with us on the first panel, and he's been riding with us all the way up until now. And so he has sponsored and donated his time and his expertise in helping Sisterhood Foundation with putting on this production. So we just had to give it up for Derek and all these wonderful men on stage who have blessed us with their presence more than once. So let's get this show on the road. I'm gonna grab my seat and we're gonna ask these questions. And if also VIP, you will have the opportunity to ask your question towards the end of the Q&A. Okay, y'all ready for this? Okay, the first question that I'm gonna ask you all, I'm gonna start off with a very deep question. Something that we've kind of discussed in the past, but it'll kind of get the conversation going. What is one common misconception that Black women have about men?
That we don't know how to communicate and we don't have emotions. I feel that we do have emotions and we do know how to communicate. It's just allowing that to come out in its perspective way. So you have to know how to deal with us. And if you know how to deal with us, then we know how to deal with you. So I think that's a misconception.
I think one misconception is that, how do I say this? It kind of coincides with what you said. More or less that we're more or less than human. Like everybody has their own flaws. Like everybody has things that they bring to the table, but because what somebody has to offer you may not coincide with what exactly you need, that doesn't make them more or less worthy as a human being.
Right.
Emotional intelligence has been a word that I've heard a lot just trending and something that we all value. And I think it's assumed sometimes that as men, we don't carry emotional intelligence. But I'm here to say we do, it just expresses itself a little differently. From an early age, we're in sports, we're working out with our friends, we're doing all those sorts of things. And what we have that's really strong is emotional endurance, emotional strength. And we're able to, as a result, stay in dense situations and still carry forth a long-term vision of things, which allows us to act consciously sometimes a little bit more than reactionary. So I've been on a thing where we are emotionally intelligent and we're just trying to reclaim that. So.
I don't have any, the gentleman that spoke adequately to the topic, so I don't have that.
Okay, before I move on to the next question, VIP, we have some refreshments, and those of you in the audience, if you want some water or some lemonade, we have some drinks as well. The next question I have, why do some married men frequently try to pursue single women and withhold that information from them?
That would not go on.
Oh, big.
Y'all go first.
Come on now.
No, I'm not.
I'm not married, so I'm speaking from outside of it. But I think that a lot of men feel unsatisfied in their relationship, regardless of like what degree or what category it may be in. If you're looking for something else, it's because you are in some way lacking something, or you feel as though you're lacking something. Now, as to pursuing single women and withholding that information, like people are gonna lie for the same reason. Like, you're afraid of something. Whether that's you're afraid of the reaction you might get. Most of the time, in the romantic sense, you're lying because if you tell her the truth, she may or may not give you what you want.
Yeah, I have to second that as well. I would say a lot of times we, well, I can't say we because I ain't married. So I think some men want multiple women. And if we be straight up and just say, I want you and her, then we may not get the result that we want. And so because we don't know ourselves well enough or know women well enough, we tend to lie, thinking that they're not going to accept it. And so we'll hide it. When a lot of times you don't have to lie anymore. So I feel that's something internal that's going on with the man. Ego, as well. There's a lot I mean, that's a deep question, really, but, why they hide it, a lot of times, like what he said, as far as not being able to get the results that you want, and not knowing yourself. If you don't know yourself good enough, sometimes you'll hide and not be straight up. No, answer. You got something to say now.
I think this applies to any man, but in this context, to a married man. So I think it's a lack of identity and a lack of vision. So, because when you don't have identity as a man, you lack the ability to create clarity. And so you are willing to say what you think is necessary to avoid rejection or to preserve the opportunity for a certain outcome. And a man that is willing, that knows who he is, will stand flat-footed and state what his intentions are and give that woman an opportunity. Now, mind you, it is messed up that he's married and asking and pursuing someone romantically in the first place. That's already wrong. But any man that can't create clarity for a woman to make a decision, I think it's an indication of a lack of identity and a lack of vision. As a single man, any person that I would interact with, it is very important to me to create clarity about what I want, my intentions, and I think, but it's because I know who I am and I know exactly what I plan to do for the next 20 years, and so I think that's what the issue is.
Okay, y'all ready for the next question?
Yes.
I didn't agree. Y'all ready for the next question?
Yes.
I'm just making sure y'all waiting. Why do you think some men who become financially successful still aren't attractive to women? Let me repeat that. Why do you think some men who become financially successful still aren't attractive to women?
Attractive.
Attractive. Yes.
Not attractive. Okay.
Attractive to women.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Attractive to women. A man who becomes financially stable, financially successful, why isn't he still attractive to women? I know the answer.
Why he still can't fool when he got money? Yeah. Correct.
I'll speak to you.
Why he still can't get.
So, I think that man who becomes financially successful thought that by becoming financially successful, he would be able to get access to women. And while that may be true, if he leads with that, then he subjects himself to being taken advantage of, and I have no pity for that man. Did I make you laugh? Somebody laugh? That was my intention, to make you laugh.
Absolutely.
I have no pity for him because you're leading with resourcefulness, and women are very intuitive and observant, and they can tell that you are not a man of confidence and identity. You're a man who leads with your resourcefulness, and so you're going to possibly be taken advantage of. And the attraction, in the sense that I think of, is a woman who admires and respects you, because a man who doesn't have all those things can still be admired and respected, I think. And so if you say, hey, look, I've achieved these things, I've got money. And in fact, I was out one time at a lounge, and a man got finessed, and he was upset about it. He ended up getting beat up by a security guard. He was trying to entertain some ladies. He bought their drinks, and they did not like him, but they entertained him buying them drinks. They drank the drinks, and I think he went to the restroom, and they waited for him to go to the restroom, and then they exited, and he was left with the bill, and he was upset because he thought that by entertaining them and buying them drinks, that, of course, that was a form of rejection for him. So I think that's part of the issue, is that you're leading with that, and you thought that was the end goal, and really you should have done the internal work to be attractive to yourself. And so a woman would actually see that as a result.
I think you are who you are, so money don't change you. Money enhance you. If you're a drug dealer, or if you're a drug smoker, and I give you $1 million, you're gonna do the same thing you was already doing. You're probably gonna OD, you know, because that's who you are. So I think a lot of times people think money gonna change him, and in this case, he probably thought money was gonna give him access or change him, and it don't. He already didn't like women anyway, probably was gay anyway.
No, you didn't.
He think if I get money and get this, then I can, you know, it may change. But if you are who you are.
So, I have an analogy for this one. So, imagine for a second you had two salespeople, right? They're running two companies, right? One of the sales people has a marketing department who is pumping thousands of dollars per month into the campaign, but that salesperson doesn't actually know how to close deals, right? So they spend thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars, and they're pretty much left empty-handed. On the other side, you have someone with a modest marketing budget, but he is a dog when it comes to selling, when it comes to closing, right? So he, even with his modest amount of leads, is going to close way more deals than the guy who had all of the money. Similarly, for men, you can't skip the process and you can't skip the work. Right. There is something to being in the trenches, getting rejected, all of those things that men have to evolve through over time that allows, for lack of a better word, their close rate to become a little higher. And so money alone is not a substitute for doing the work and getting good at the skill of becoming attractive to women. So
Yeah.
that's what we said that.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else.
Oh, I hear you.
I mean, honestly, like pretty much everybody else has said it. Like, so I'm gonna summarize. If you were whack, we were broke. Man, you get the check, it's not gonna unlane.
Yes.
You have to be a decent human being. People actually still have to like you.
Right.
Money is a tool, just like everything else. Look, if you don't know how to swing a hammer, man, you're not gonna build a house. Like if they didn't like you when you didn't have money, that's a character issue.
Yep.
It's not a finance issue.
Okay, thank you. Y'all ready for the next question?
Yes.
I heard y'all that time. Okay, this question is in regards to marriage. The marriage rate in the African American community is very low compared to other races. Do Black men value marriage? Do they see the importance of marriage?
Good question. No, I'm ready for any question pretty much. I was married. Was first, of course, I was single, was married, got a divorce, single again, and I still desire to be married. So I think we do. Some people do desire it, and other people don't desire it. I think we desire to have it right. I don't speak for all men, so y'all don't start throwing nothing in. I don't speak for all men. I think we want it right. It's not that we don't desire it. We do desire it. We just want it right, and we want it the way we want it. And if we can get it the way we want it and pay the price, then I feel that we would want it even more.
So I agree. Tessie. I agree with Derek said. I think for me, I've been married before, and I still desire to be married. The mindset of a builder, I'm not interested in just being in the dating market for an undefined time frame. That's no interest to me. But I think the challenge is for those of us that have been married or desire to get married for the first time. I think for me, it's a matter of accepting the fact that the lessons that I learned along the way. So what I learned for myself is that the more clear you are with yourself as a man, and the more healed and evolved you are, the easier it is for you to vet and see clearly about what you want. And so if for the journey that I was on, I made the best decision I could based on the emotional intelligence and maturity and self-love that I had at the time. And so now that I've had a little bit of time to revisit my own chapters of my own life, I'm in a better position to make healthier decisions and vet properly. And so I haven't lost any interest in marriage because I understand why it did and didn't work in the past.
Right, absolutely. Oh, that was a good answer. I'm sorry.
I think this is a complex question. Honestly, I don't think it's really a straightforward one because obviously there are Black men who are scorned, who have, who are just nihilistic about the whole thing. And I think that alongside that, we're in a place in society where men in our identity and in our role in some aspects of our community, we are a little confused if we're honest about it. And so if we're confused within ourselves about our roles as women make more money, they don't, a lot of them can go through life without men, right? We start to question, some of us, what our role even is within a family structure or what have you. So really it comes down to that individual man really discerning for his own path and his own vision the why. Now you'll see higher earning Black men value marriage a lot because they understand that they're in a position for a legacy. They understand that in business rooms and those sorts of things, that really matters. But in other rooms, they may not actually have that perspective. So I think it depends, depending on the guy.
No, that's fair. Like it is a matter of perspective, just like pretty much anything else. And it helps a lot when you have a healthy example of what marriage looks like, because let's be real about it, a lot of us don't. A lot of us have never seen, like, even outside of a functional marriage, like a functional relationship, and a lot of people have never even had one. So it's very difficult to value something that you really have no concept for. Like, my parents have been married, what, almost 40 years now? So I've had a solid example of what it looks like. So I do value that. It is important to me to be married. But I can also understand why in our community, because the water has been so heavily poisoned, both from within and without. It's very difficult to be like, hey, yeah, this is something I want to be a part of. Especially when you look left and right, you're like, okay, I see divorce here. My parents were never married. His parents were never married. Like, it's a matter of structure. And when you look around the city and you see all of the buildings, hey, broken windows, doors boarded up, man, it's hard to want to build something like that.
Okay, with the LGBT community, transgender, the identity crisis, how important are gender roles in relationships?
Gender role. Gender role. Do we even have those still?
Yes.
We do?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I guess maybe I look at it different. Like, I don't look at gender role. I look at whoever's the best at doing that. Let's get it done. It's teamwork. I mean, I'm a little older though. I'm 50, so I'm trying to win. So if you better at the finances, I'm gonna give you every dime I got. Because you're gonna increase and make it grow.
Right.
Now on the flip side, if you ain't no good with it, I'm gonna put you on a salary. And so a lot of women can't deal with that as well. So I don't really play the gender role. I really go for what's productive.
Yes.
And when I was married, I used to ask my wife, do you feel you better at this than me? Prove it.
Yeah.
Let's prove it to each other. Let's see if we can win. You know, now I didn't get that at first, at first I didn't, I was like, but I grew into that. And so I think if we go back to that, as far as taking away a gender role to me, of course, if you want me to take out the trash, cool. But if you want to take out the trash, cool. But I mean, this is just something I want to do. I want to open your door, but if you want to open the door for me, I had one lady that every time I open the door for her, she'll reach over there to the other side and grab the door. And I'm like, that's generous, and I thank you for that. But you don't have to do that. You know why? Because I want you to be looking out. When I'm walking around, I want you to look out. I'm from the streets. So when I open up the door, I need you to watch out just in case something's going on. So you don't have to do that. That's nice, but you don't have to do that. So it's, so gender roles, let's just make it productive.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you said what I was gonna say. I thought you were gonna go a whole different direction. I'm lying. But no, it's you and me against the problem. It's never us against each other. If you are more skilled at something than I am, look, I'm good at a lot of stuff, but I got blind spots too. So I need somebody who's able to cover those. And I'm gonna lean on you just as much as you lean on me, because we're in it together.
Right.
Like, if you want it to grow, hey, look, you need to come together. If you constantly pulling at strings, talking about, you're not good at this, okay, well, are you good at it? Because somebody got to be good. Somebody got to cover it. So either you good at it and you do it, and if neither one of us is good at it, hey, look, we might need to take a class, we might need to get some support from somewhere. But I mean, as far as it being like an assigned role, like, I mean, the concept is kind of outdated. Cool, if you're good at it, fantastic. I'll support you, like, regardless of what it is. If I'm good at it, I expect the same.
For sure. So my answer is going to be a little bit of both and on this one. So I'm a reader, guys, and I actually years ago I had an ex of mine who was working for Queen Afua. So I went and read some of Queen Afua's book, right? Sacred Woman, whatever, right? And there's a portion of the book that actually talks about this very thing about gender roles. And to summarize, what she says is something along the lines of these brothers, right? That you need to be adaptable to the needs in a given moment, in a given time, right? And so I think when we think about balance and things like that, I think that's very valuable, right? One thing that I really love to do in my relationships is really asking the woman that I'm with, what do you want dominion in, as a first kind of starting point? Because like these brothers said, right, there's some things that you're not good at, right? Like I know I'm not good at event planning and things like that. That's not my strong suit. But when you lead with service, when you lead with the things that you're willing to yield in, it shows some leadership. And then when she asks you, well, what do you want dominion in? This is where I will actually get into some of the gender role stuff, right? So for me, I know that I'm an amazing strategist. Big picture thinking, that's what I do very well. So that's going to be the first thing that I'm going to want dominion in after my lady says some of the things that she says. And then I'll go down a list of things I know I'm very, very strong in, culture setting, some of that warrior spirit, some of that guardian spirit, some of that eagle spirit, some of that healer spirit that I have within me. That's when I'll assert some of those things. And that is how some of the roles will start to come into formation for me.
To echo the points that what I'm trying to do is not just be repetitive, because this is a public setting, so we want to give a different additional perspectives. The perspective I would say is this. When we talk about this in the ideal and the abstract, I think from a practical standpoint, we're describing it in the format of already being married. And so for me, from a practical standpoint, I'm going to sound repetitive, but I'm saying as a man, if I have done the internal work of mastering self and doing the unsexy things, like actually studying my generational scars and knowing, first of all, who are the last 4 generations of men in my life? on my daddy's side. Taking out trash and talking about, like, let's deal with that. Then actually healing, because you can't heal a wound you don't know exists. Then understanding who am I, then casting vision. And that man, if he is a man that's been working on those things, is thinking about the next 20 years of his life. And so when he sees a woman, he's already thinking about what he plans to do. Then he identifies a woman that aligns with that. So he's pre-simulating compatibility. I don't need to discover it when we're married. I'm already looking at it. That's why I don't have any problems with the dating market, because I don't fish in swamps and look for fags. So, Bobby, did you laugh again for me? Okay. So I don't. So we jump ahead to how it looks in a marital setting. I think really as a man, you should have already done all that. I have no complaints about women. That's why I didn't answer the first question. I'm like, I don't have no complaints about that perspective. And so I think it's more on the job of the visionary, the man who's managed and mastered the internal chaos. Because that's a simple talking about all those other roles. And then when you align with the woman, you will understand a lot of her strengths that align with what you're looking for. And then you go through a talking stage, dating and courting and marriage, and a lot of that stuff should be in alignment. It's not going to be perfect, but it is a lot more effective, I think, if you've done the entire work as a man.
Hey, let's give these men a round of applause for good things. Okay, we're gonna continue to get this celebration on the road. We have a fun tribute and, oh, I'm sorry, before we go to the tribute in the game, I have two ladies that wanted to ask the question. This is the time to ask that question. You want to?
Yes.
Let me give you the mic.
I want to say that one, you are more than enough. And men, I say this to all men, y'all reign in this season. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to speak boldly with the authority, anointing, and the power and strength from God. Because y'all, that women will never be number one. That's not God's divine order. So it's time for y'all to reign. So my question is how do you personally connect with God, the spirit or the higher self, to find clarity in your identity? Brandon touched on it, but I want to hear from each man because it's a different perspective in your healing journey.
I stopped trying to control everything and plan everything out, and I just sit still. I'm a thinker. And anybody who's like me, you know that once you start, it's hard to stop. And you'll have it's like being on the internet. You have a bunch of tabs open. You're not really getting nothing done.
Right.
You're just looking at a bunch of stuff. So why would I not go to the master of all order? The one who planned it all out. Like, you know everything else. Okay, cool. Like, let me defer to you. Like, I mean, I'm a hard worker, but in that context, hey, I'm cool with being lazy. Let me know what I gotta do. Like, hey, I'm struggling here. All right, cool. Let me be quiet. Let me sit back and listen. Like, that was really difficult for me for a long time because I wanted to execute, but I was jumping the gun. I didn't have the plan. I wasn't like, I'm not reading the instructions. I'm just trying to put it together. Like, both of my parents are doers. Like, they're executors. But I mean, this kind of ties back into our earlier question about like gender roles and stuff like that. Like my dad is a planner, like he's similar to yourself, he's a big picture kind of guy. My mom is more in the moment, day to day. Like, hey, the nuts and bolts of it. But in order for them to come together and execute, you have to have both. I'm not married. So in that regard, I have to lean on God because I refuse to take any I will say the underloved parts of myself into somebody else's life. Like, hey, look, we gotta get me right first before I can be an asset to anybody else.
Well, I think we're all unique emanations of God, right? I've been a Christian since I was 3. I started speaking in tongues at 3 years old in a Pentecostal church, right? And was always in tune with the Lord. I was a 5-year-old, 6-year-old asking my parents, how is there only 4 people in Genesis 4, but then by Genesis 5, there's 1,000? I was 5 years old asking those kinds of questions, right? And one of the things that has helped me along my journey is knowing that there's a unique cocktail for each and every one of us that accelerates our own spiritual growth and closeness to the Lord, right? And that looks different for everybody. For instance, in my journey, I noticed, that the Baptist church that I went to wasn't advancing me as much as the charismatic Pentecostal and then like a non-denominational, right? I realized that I needed to learn about myself from many different angles, right? So one of my mentors that I met while I was in college at Howard was an Ephod priest, and I learned a little bit more about myself when I learned about Eshu and my resonance with that. And so the way that my constitution is set up is I'm able to take a lot of different ideas from a lot of different places for my own fullest integration. So my unique cocktail is praise and worship gospel music. I like Ty Tribbett a lot. It's doing breath work. It's doing meditation. It's doing journaling. And it's really, to my brother's point here, it's really being still, because it's in that stillness that you receive and you hear things that your mind cannot generate. And that is surer than anything in the visible world, because it's not a belief anymore. It becomes an internal knowing. And that knowing allows me to just carry through life, trusting that as long as I follow that, God has me and I'm wrapped in his arms. So.
Okay. I have a saying that I thought about. It says, until you trust yourself as much as you trust God, you're going to always be limited. Once again, until you trust yourself as much as you trust God, you're going to always be limited. So I had to keep asking myself why. I don't know about everybody else, I always been a curious kid, so I had to keep digging deep and asking myself why and go back to start trusting myself. So when I made a decision, I said, I can live with every outcome that comes. Why? Because this is the decision that I made. And once I started trusting myself, my outcome became different. And I realized that faith without works was dead. I was calling those things that be not as though the were. It wasn't like I had to keep asking and begging God and asking for God's will. God said, man, you can have whatever you want to have. And once I realized that I could have whatever I want to have realistically and go ahead and do that. And since, I know it's a lot of different beliefs, but he said you have not because you ask not. And then to finish that, he said, because even when you ask amiss to consume it upon your own lust. With a lot of stuff, I wasn't trying to consume. I was just trying to figure it out. So it's normally, in theory, it's like 7 layers to your why. So if you just keep asking yourself why, and I had to keep asking myself, Derek, why did you do that? You said you was going to have $100,000 by this time. You only got $13 in the bank. What's going on? But I have to be real with myself. So spirituality with me was to asking myself the why and the hard questions. You know, not just looking. I'm like Mike. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm like, say, man, be real with yourself. What do you really want to be? Ain't nobody here. Stop tripping. Ain't nobody here. You ain't gotta start in the mirror saying all these affirmations. What do you really want to do and what's really holding you back? And once I started doing that and then doing the 7 layers to my why, man, I'm in peace. This is the best time I've ever had in my life. That's so when when she was talking about the spirituality, it brought me back to being confident that I can make that decision. God has already empowered me to make that decision. And so that's what I trust in.
All right, if you enjoy yourself, you say yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank y'all very much. Okay, let's give these gentlemen a round of applause. We're gonna move along to a quick game, and then after that, we'll do a quick intermission where you guys can enjoy the food, and then we'll go into our second session, and then we'll celebrate at the end. Are you ready, Toya?
Yes, sir. This one. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my side. I got it coming out. My bad.
Okay. Well, like she said, we definitely one more round of applause for the answers that we did. They were exceptional. It was very beautiful. Me and Amber, we worked very hard as well as other people in sisterhood to bring this together. So we are going to do a little game, and it is in honor of our veterans. We do want to mention one of our veterans, and when I say veteran, I mean this is our 7th time. Brandon, Malcolm, Derek, and Mitch have been on the panel all 7 times. So we're going to give a round of applause for that. So Mitch, he's not here. He had to take care of some business out of town. He really wanted to come, and we all miss him. And we wish he could have been here, but unfortunately not. So do you want to say anything about Mitch? He's the character, the kind of funny guy, the comedic relief of the group. So he's not here. Amber, you want to say something about Mitch?
Yeah, we want to mention Mitch because he started out on the first panel and he's been with us ever since. And then we found out about part 7. He was very upset, and I told him, hey, we're going to mention you. We're going to honor you. This is a celebration. Because how often do you have men come on stage and be vulnerable and ask questions without judgment and talking? And so we want to celebrate that. And Daniel came. This is his 2nd time. And the first time he came on, he blew us out he blew our minds with his responses, very articulate. He just added value to the panel. And so he filled in quite well. And I hope to see him come back again for another Men Talk. So with this particular game, we are paying honor to our veteran men for the 7th time around.
Okay, awesome. So we are going to need some volunteers. But this is only going to be for the ladies, please. Just the ladies. We're going to have 3 ladies come up. If this is not your first time at Men Talk, and this sisterhood members, you can join as well. So we want some sisterhood members to come up here. And we want whoever, this is not your first time, you've been here multiple times to Men Talk. 3.
Then you coming back up? We don't want to start picking people, but this is a fun game. We got some awesome prizes. If you haven't had the opportunity, y'all going? Y'all 2?
What?
Y'all 3?
Okay, well, D, you can be on this side, because this is not the first time though. So never mind, you can stay over here. I'm sorry, this is not your first time. Okay, and if it's your very first time, we need 3 ladies that it's your very first time. And I see some familiar faces. I will start picking people. I got relatives, family, friends. I won't say their name, Fifi, Angelique. Okay, we got our 3 first time. So we're gonna go down the row. Your name, what you do, and how you heard about Men Talk.
I'm Deborah. I'm retired, and I'm staying home.
And how did you hear about Men Talk?
My daughter, she works here.
Okay, awesome. Oh, Miss Ashley. Your name, what do you do, and how did you hear about Mentor?
I'm Keontae, and I'm a STEM advisor, and I heard about it from the What's Up 187 group.
Okay. Let's shout out What's Up 187 817. Your name?
I'm Vanetta, and this is my family's bookstore. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. I do a whole lot of stuff, but mainly I'm a clinical research coordinator, and I heard about it from you.
This is my friend, y'all. I love her. Thank you for coming. Your name, what do you do, and how did you hear about Mentor?
I am Elisa, the sister of Amber. What do? I'm a stay-at-home mom, but most importantly, my favorite hat is I'm a foot soldier for God. I'm here with a God-given purpose, so wherever He dispatches me to is what I do. Okay. And then I heard about Men's Talk because I'm her baby sister, so I have to be here, and I love to be here.
Your name, what do you do, and how did you hear about Mentor?
So much like Elisa, without the sister part in Christ. But I am Miss Neek. I am a serial entrepreneur, trauma healing coach, author, so on and so forth. And I was a part of the original conversation about Men's Talk. So I sit on the board of Sisterhood. So there you go.
Okay, and Miss Beautiful Queen, you know you don't chapter out, so but your name again, what do you do, and how did you hear about Mentor?
Again, my name is Dee. I'm a claims adjuster. I didn't say it first. I'm a claims adjuster, and right now I'm a transportation nurse. But I'm part of What's Up 817. I am since What's Up 817, and I'm here with Mr. Mayor Gray on Facebook. But I heard about this because it's like the second time, and I'm here to support it.
Awesome. So we're gonna give it up for our ladies. So ladies, I need you to do groups of two. Pick your partner, please. Groups of two. Pick your partner. Yeah. Pick your partner. Oh, y'all gonna do it like that? Okay. So pink team, put that on, please. Rainbow team, put that on, please. Blue team, put that on, please. Okay, we're gonna ask the gentleman on stage to stand up. Brandon right here, Malcolm right here. I'm gonna give instructions just a second. Emmanuel right here, and Derek right here. So Emmanuel, you're standing in proxy for Mitch. So Mitch is not here. But we have a lovely picture of him. Emmanuel, you can hold it like this. You can hold it like this. You can hold it like this. But you are Mitch right now. Okay. Okay, so I don't know, gentlemen, if you remember, I asked you some questions about that, a few questions, and you gave me some answers. So this is basically who is likely to have said this. So I asked them questions. I'm going to give two answers. Whatever team you're on, I need somebody to take score too. Whatever team you're on, we're going to see who got it right and who got it wrong. And I have 5 questions. So you stand, once I answer the question, once I ask the question, stand in front of, line up and stand in front of who you think said that answer. Okay. Number one, and then I need some audience participation. If y'all like the question, let me know. Let's get some energy. Come on. Question number 1. It's not a real juicy one, but y'all guess who said this. Who is your celebrity crush? Okay.
That was the question.
So our first answer is Her. The singer Her, Her. Gentlemen, don't make faces to give it away. Stand up in the line in front of them. Line up one by one. If you think Brandon said it, Malcolm said it, Mitch said it, or Derek.
Oh my God.
The singer Her.
All right.
Okay, so the person who said that was Malcolm. So the rainbow team has 2 points, the blue team has 1 point, and the pink team has 2 points. Okay, next. We have another one. Celebrity crush, Sanai Lathan. Sanai Lathan. And some of these answers are not going to be who you think it is. Keep that in mind. Sanai Lathan, who do you think? If they got a chance with Sanai Lathan, are y'all done? Final answer? Are you picking Mitch? Okay. Sanai Lathan was Mr. Powell. So 2 for the rainbow team, 1 for the pink team. 2 for the rainbow team, 1 for the pink team. The next one. DJ, can we get some? Okay. No hesitation, and then I'll pick. This is question number 3. What is your ideal perfect date with the woman you love? The woman you love, or you're dating somebody, your ideal perfect date. This person said, one where I planned it thoroughly based on her personality, interests, and preferences.
Oh my God.
He's throwing it.
He's not supposed to give it away. He's not supposed to give it away.
No. That was me. No, I was ready. I was ready. So everybody get a point on y'all. Okay, the next person. Their answer. What is the ideal perfect day with the woman you love? Their answer was a candlelit dinner on my boat. So one of these men owns a boat. Y'all line up. Y'all line up kind of single form so we can see. Are y'all done, ladies? Okay, that answer was Mitchell Thomas. Miss Lee, so 1 for the blue team, 1 for the blue team. Okay, next question. We have 2 more questions. When you were a child, what did you want to be when you grow up? What was your dream job as a child? Football player, fullback. Football player, fullback.
Remember, it's not who you think.
Are y'all final? Y'all staying there? Yep. The answer was Derek. Nobody gets a point. Okay, the next one. What was your dream job as a child? This person said ninja/handyman.
Oh.
Ninja/handyman. Who you think it was? Brandon, Malcolm, Nick, or Larry? What's up? Ninja/handyman. Okay, y'all done? Okay. That was Malcolm. Two more questions. And who got that? Okay. Next question. Hey. Okay. What is your dream vacation or destination? Dubai.
I feel like he been in our back. Hey, where you going?
Okay. The answer is Derek. Next question. Same question. What is your dream vacation destination? Florence, Italy. Florence, Italy.
Turn down for what?
Okay, the person we said that was Brent.
Yeah.
So who was lined up? Who blew on Rainbow? Okay, this is the last question, and we're gonna wrap this up so we can move on. What celebrity or public male figure has inspired you or impacted you in any type of way? Nat Turner. Nat Turner.
Hi, Brandon. It's between Brandon and this.
Okay, the answer was Nick.
I knew it.
Last one.
I knew it. That's what I said already. I'm like, oh.
Malcolm X. Malcolm X.
I'm gonna say Brandon on this one too. Yeah.
Poker face, man.
I know, it's so true.
The answer was Derek.
We gotta do a tiebreaker because the blue team and the rainbow team has 8 and the pink team has 7. So we gotta do one tiebreaker.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The rainbow team and the blue team have 8. So we gotta do a tiebreaker.
Okay. When we do the introduction,
Oh.
Okay.
we did the introduction.
Keep your composure.
Who was a AI animation specialist?
Oh.
And then
I was okay, I need work. No, no.
Don't mess it up. Oh.
okay.
Rainbow. Rainbow.
Yeah, it's Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. Rainbow.
Oh, no. I'm doing the tiebreaker. I'm sorry. I said we did the introductions. We didn't introduce me. Okay, so the rainbow team won.
All right.
Right.
Thank you, ladies, very much for participating. Gentlemen, if y'all can take y'all seats. Thank y'all very, very much for participating, ladies. We have our second round of panelists. We're gonna get this show on the road so we can celebrate and party before we leave. Please, if you haven't had a chance, go get some delicious food. We have some smoked salad, we have some sandwiches, we have some fruit and some vegetables. Please help yourself. We have some lemonade and some tea. Go ahead and take a quick intermission while the second panel of men get ready to come out. Don't be shy with the food. Go ahead and get you a plate and eat.
You act like it's your head to run. I don't have no trouble with you. And I have a little problem with you not. I'm a baby and I know it ain't true. They know it's bad. Make you switch. So I'm going over with my friends now. Style, so they won't be having it in this house, cause I'm proud of your style. Now that you heard my call, me, you couldn't get another boy. If you wanna look good and not be funny, you better give me that money. I go on and on, understand how that's alone. Have superpowers, have 225,000 hours. Calculate, do math, I made a something makes me I got the money, I made 16,000. What? Like you get some people, I heard 93% like me. 2 years, 10 years, and I'm still every time. What's my favorite word? I gotta say it like short. They play on my court. Got locked up. These girls still know they got some. Give what you say. Short dog, you're GK. Do you really wanna be like me? Like some ATIP. Pretty girls in the VIP. Right. Stand all back. Handle all that. It's get way too long. The whole world play your song.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up. Again, for the second session, please take your position. Everyone, we're gonna wrap it up, and everyone, please get back to your seat when you're done getting refreshments. So in the interim of that, we just want to say the whole reason that we were doing and make the 7-1 very special is because, like we said, we were honoring the gentlemen who have been here all 7 times. Brandon, Malcolm, Mitch, and Derek have been here for 7 months, 7 times. And that's the number of, what's the number of 7? Completion. So we thought that we would honor them. So I don't know if some of y'all seen the flyers, and that game was dedicated to them because we kind of learned their personalities, we've connected with them, and we bonded with them. And I chose those names, like the classic gentleman, the clever gentleman, the exceptional gentleman, based on their personality. They're all awesome men. They bring so much to the table. Amber and I have had the honor of working with them for about a full month. We've had a lot of meetings to bring this together. It took a lot of time and effort, as well as the other people with sisterhood, but each one of them brings so much. And the dynamic of the stage and the panel today is just awesome, and the second lineup is just awesome too. So we are going to go into introducing the next section of men.
All right.
Okay. And we are not going to be shabby on the second session, so we're going to be lively and
So this first,
for them too.
this first panelist that we're getting ready to introduce to come out, he is the reason that a lot of you are here. He is very active in the community. He is helping bring Fort Worth and all of the Fort Worth activities to light. He is highlighting Black excellence. He is the mayor. He is the man. He is the one. We finna honor and celebrate. We finna have a good time. He is the innovative gentleman, the business owner of What's Up 817, event curator, graphic designer, IT engineer, content creator, DFW influencer, and event manager. Please help me welcome to the stage, Mr. Anthony Mayor Gray. All right, y'all, give it up for Mr. Gray.
And also, we want to mention that one of our panelists had an emergency and he had to leave, and that was Johnny Fobb. So we're hoping everything is okay with him, but he had to leave. And next, we are going to bring out no other than his business is the detailer of Dallas Fort Worth. He has a luxury detailing company. He is the founder and director of Fatherhood Leadership Initiative. He is also a author and a mentor. And he is the knowledgeable gentleman, Mr. Nicholas Willis.
Y'all give it up for Nick.
I can do better than that.
Y'all can do it. Come on. All right, Nick. Okay, y'all heard this, our third gentleman. Y'all heard him in the first panel discussion. He's back to fill in for Mr. Johnny. He had to leave. Let's give it up for this exceptional gentleman. He's the owner of Rap House Raw Food. I'm going to say it again. Multidisciplinary entrepreneur, specialist of AI automation, plant-based nutrition. Shout out to the plant-based. I've been vegan for 5 years, so I'm representing plant-based. Co-owner of Life Food Organic Restaurant, and he's also an author. Let's give it up again the second time around for Mr. Emmanuel Lewis.
Okay, and last but not least, his business is he has several businesses. One of his businesses is the Squeeze MMG LLC, Pen and Paper Pimping.
Right.
Clothing towards a great outdoors. He is a landscaping expert, a author and writer, and he is the witty gentleman, Mr.
Wafer Gore. All right. Let's give these gentlemen a round of applause. If y'all ready to get into some good conversation, let me hear y'all say yeah. Let me hear y'all say, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, gentlemen, y'all ready? Y'all ready to get this discussion going? Oh, I'm gonna. Okay. Okay. Can we give the DJ a round of applause? DJ 720. Y'all like the DJ 720 sound? I'm shouting y'all, buddy. Okay. The first question that we have, when it comes to physical appearance of a woman, how important is that when it comes to dating and courting a woman?
All right, I'll go first. Well, now that I'm in my 40s, I say it's about a 7 because, like, being in the field I'm in, like, I go out like intellect, like, you know, how you able to articulate yourself when you carry a conversation. You know what I'm saying? What do we have in common? Like, that's the things I look at, and then the physical attraction, like, that comes into play. Because I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, in the industry that I'm in, there's a lot of pretty women out there that can't carry a conversation. Or they got like just superficial expectations. So, like, you know, everything that glitter ain't gold. That's how I look at it.
One more time.
When it comes to the physical appearance, how important is that? When it comes to dating?
So this is a personal.
Correct.
So I like to speak from experience. And I like to tell people, 'cause everybody has expectations and this fantasy of what they consider to be a dime piece or the perfect significant other or whatever. And those expectations aren't realistic, and there's no such thing as a perfect person. So ultimately, I rock with who rock with me. You know what I'm saying? You can look however you look, but if you ain't in my corner, then I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what I see with everybody else. A lot of people say they don't deal with certain people, but when you see them out and mingling and everything else, they're with the women that they said that they didn't notice or they didn't see because they really with somebody who's rocking with them. So ultimately, it's about a 50-50 on appearance, but intellect and ambition is more important.
So I don't know if y'all are in the podcast space, but I came across a Paul Pierce quote earlier in the week, and he was talking about how brothers need to stop going after the 10s and 9s because they don't have substance and they're not going to be there when the stuff is really going down. And I think that as we get older, that comes more into focus as the priority, having someone of substance, having a woman that other women look up to, having a woman that prioritizes psychologically edifying you, physically edifying you, emotionally edifying you, right? And has a lot of virtue within her. Now, in my mind, I actually separate looks from appearance, right? I think appearance is much more within your circle of influence and circle of control, and looks is something that you're probably born with or not born with. Right. In the way that I constitute it. So as I've gotten older and gone into different spaces, appearance is something that I value because it's a representation of me, of her, of us, of our family, and all of that kind of stuff. So it's important, but it's not over who that person is internally because that's going to be the thing that carries the relationship forward. So.
Why do you think some men complain about a woman having masculine energy, and what is the solution?
No, I don't need you. I'm just licking my chops. Like, where do we start here?
Say what you feel.
All right.
Say it with your chest.
One of the books I always reference when they talk about masculinity is The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. And in his book, he talks about 3 levels of masculinity. He talks about number one, level one, a man is going to be selfish. In other words, he know what he wants and he know how to get it. Normally, he's compatible with a woman who is a submissive housewife. Number 2, he's a compromiser. Ah, she got it right there. Number 2, he's a compromiser. And when he's a compromiser, normally his compatibility is with independent woman, a woman who will go out and get it. Now, those are the ones that we normally say that she have masculine energy. Of course, number 3, he has a divine sense of essence, and he know what he's in pursuit of, but he's doing it for what's necessary. He's not just doing it for himself, he's doing it for what's necessary. So when we talk about masculine energy, the reality of it is most women create masculinity for themselves when the man don't bring masculinity to the table. So if a man desires for a woman to rest in her femininity, then he must show up with his masculinity.
All right.
I think the word that I'm gonna focus on is gonna be control.
All right.
A lot of people, we believe that we have control over everything. You know what I'm saying? The will to do things and make decisions. You think that it's all based off what you want and not actually the things that are influence you and the things that are going on. So when you're talking about masculine energy, it's more so about dominating. And people think that feminine is like the lesser, and it's really like a yin and a yang of a situation. And so people feel like when you're a child, you cry and you yell to get attention, to get what you want, and you kind of pick up that pattern, that habit. And as you get older, you think over talking people and yelling and all of these things, they get you the results you want. And so you kind of categorize it as, oh, she's being like a man or he's being like a woman when you're leaning on one side or the other. So to kind of sum it all up, we got to understand that we got to give God the glory, and we got to pray that we can accept things that we can't change and control. You know what I'm saying? You can't make somebody be who you want them to be. And a lot of times we try to project what we want somebody to do or be, and we'll force them to do it in order to get that done. And to the last point, like I said, I speak from experience. And so to give you an example, I had a conversation with a woman recently, and she snuck in there that she was going to let me be a man. I didn't speak on it, but you know, it's those things, you know what I'm saying, that get said because in the context, I'm trying to help her out. She's helping me out financially. I'm letting her know, hey, put some money over here. Don't touch this, don't touch that. Long story short, I stepped back a little bit. How much money you got left? Nothing. Because I took that pressure off. I stepped back when I should have stayed on and tell her, hey, don't touch that money. You know what I'm saying? You need some money, I'll help you out in certain situations. But just to give you that example.
So a good football owner knows that in order to win a championship, you need to have a quarterback.
Absolutely.
A few years ago, Dak Prescott was going through some negotiations with Jerry Jones and was actually holding out on the team. He didn't want to play, he didn't want to show up because his contract had not been negotiated. He had two alphas going at it. One saying, you know what, I think I'm worth this. The other saying, I think I'm worth that. And eventually it got resolved and, you know, Dak is still with us and all that stuff. But this is kind of akin to what happens if you have a woman that's too masculine. The man has a plan. We want to, you know, start a family. We want to get married. We want to do this and we want to do that. But if we are just stuck at the start line, there's no way we're going to be able to win games. going to be no way we're going to be able to get to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl of life. And so I think a lot of times as men, we much rather have a woman that will be a little easier with the contract negotiations so that we can actually get on the field and win the game. Now, how do you fix some of that masculinity or what have you? I think the first thing we have to acknowledge is a lot of the things that sisters are going through, right? There is this hardening that has happened that they don't want to happen, right? That this hardness has entered into their nervous system, right? Having to carry things by themselves, having to think about their needs first before others, having to do all those things is seeped so deep into them that at times they forget about that little girl inside of them.
Come on, brother.
That dreams, that is soft, because just the trials of life have kind of like taken that out of her. So as a man, part of our job is to validate that, see that, right? Not judge that, hold space for that. Because most of all, I think women actually want to reconnect with that version of themselves that's been in the background for so long.
True. Most definitely. True.
They want emergence of that person that's been in the background. They want to push that forward.
Yes.
And so as men, there's things that we can do to bring that forward and hold container for her in that regard so that she can rediscover a part of herself that's been kind of tucked away for so long. And I think that's part of how we start that process, right? In therapy, one of the things they talk to you about is exposure therapy. So it's not about an instantaneous overnight shift, but when she actually makes the effort to do things that side of her has been in the background on, love that, honor that, right? When she's taking those emotional leaps, love that, honor that.
Yeah.
And know that you're on sensitive ground. I think sometimes, brothers, we don't really see when our woman is taking emotional risk. And sometimes we miss the moment. We judge it. We mess it up. And then she's back to who she used to be and who she knows. And then it's that much harder for her to emerge with that version of herself that is feminine. So that was that.
I have a couple more questions, but I want to open up the floor to the ladies in the audience. If any ladies want to ask a question? None?
I do.
Go ahead, Brianna.
Thank you, fellas, for showing up and sharing your perspectives. It's been great. So my question is, what does being single look like for a man, and do you indulge in fornication?
Well, put it out there. Straight to the point. It's a yes or no question.
I mean, we single, we play in the field. I mean, we grown.
Yeah, we grow.
We play in the field. Like, I mean, that's,
So if
I don't know if you want a lengthy question or like, yes to both.
all right.
Like, that's the straight cut answer.
Yeah.
But if somebody want to elaborate more, that's fine too. I will. I got a unique experience, I believe. To answer your question, two-part question. The fornicating, yes. However, yeah, no, real talk. I just now started back having sex with a woman that we've been putting some time in, but over the last 25 years, I haven't been in a relationship. And for the last 15 years, when I was dealing with gambling and, working my companies and my businesses, I didn't make time for women. And so it wasn't because I didn't want to, it's because I knew that I didn't have the time and I didn't have the energy to deal with what I knew she needed and she wanted. And so even now, the woman that I'm dealing with, I did not want to have sex with her. However, when the conversation is good and the chemistry is there and the feelings and the emotions and all of that, we get weak. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to say I didn't want to do it, but
I would have rather not do it because now that we had sex, the situation is complicated.
Oh, man.
Sex is always gonna complicate the situation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because when somebody has good conversation and they make you feel good and you get invested in it, you think this is it. But I haven't vetted her long enough to say she's the one for me. You know what I'm saying? And I've already had sex with her. So now we've crossed that line where I have to tread lightly with what I say to her and how I treat her because she still got to understand that we're not in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she needs time.
It's not fair because she's grown and I'm grown. We know what we're doing, but I tried to explain to her because she tried to explain it to me that it's okay because she's cool with it, but she doesn't understand. She's still playing the game.
Not mentally, no, she.
I know. And
Not mentally.
I'm not gonna talk myself out of it. If, you know, after a while, you know what I'm saying? But it's not easy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not easy
You human.
to not want to lust and be around women when y'all are, not y'all, but most women on the internet, y'all got the voluptuous everything and the, you know, the features are popping and, you know, I see women every day. I'm walking and I had to go home and I had to pray and I had to get my mind right. You know what I'm saying? So I focus on getting myself together, but everybody ain't built for that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now, it's not realistic.
Yeah. All right.
I want to say, oh, you can go ahead.
Well, they wouldn't be dry over here, so I guess I'll go ahead and go again. So I'm not single, but I mean, what I would say is probably some feedback from things I see out there, right? So I think there's a large portion of men who have absolutely no success, right? I mean, that's just the truth of the matter, right? Like there are a lot of men, I would say that's the case. Not every man has game. Not every man is attracted to women.
Right.
I want to say the vast majority don't.
Yeah.
Vast majority. So like, think about the guy that is working at Costco or what have you.
Yeah.
Like the average guy,
Yeah.
he's single. He ain't getting no dates.
No.
If he gets a date, you know, like he ain't converting it into anything really, right? So you have that portion of men, right? Then you have portions of men who have moderate success, and then you have men who actually get as, you know, if they're out there, they get kind of unlimited attention. And I think that if you're in that space, right, where if you're a man who actually has the capacity to build a roster, not everybody does, but if you have the capacity to build a roster,
Go right ahead.
you can handle that consciously or unconsciously. And I think that consciously is actually with intention on why you're doing whatever you're doing, because I may have an unpopular opinion, but I think that roster building and roster rotating over time, I think diminishes your ability to pair bond effectively.
All right.
The reason being is because when you have unlimited options and you can just neck somebody off of one mistake, one thing they said wrong, one, you know, they texted you too early, they whatever. You get into like a process of eliminating people so quickly that you stop having the muscle of steadfastness.
Yep. There you go.
And now, I mean, those are and long suffering, and those are the kinds of things that you need in a longer term relationship. That rotation things just don't work for. So I think we have to be careful and mindful of that.
Yeah.
Because I think over time that can cause us to be much more antisocial and not allow us to pair bond effectively.
Yeah. Again. Question.
I like to know,
Can I give you the mic?
Yeah, the mic, so it's like, here, some of it is live. It's live.
First of all, I want to say you gentlemen look really nice up there. And I am an older woman. And my first conversation with a younger guy, he mentioned a power couple. Could you explain to me what a power couple is? Because I don't know what a power couple is. My idea of a power couple is totally different from the younger generation. So if you could elaborate on power couple for me, please.
Finally won't talk.
I'll make it quick because I'm not sure what he was speaking from. That YN perspective is. One of my friends, she says that she's a cougar, and so I don't know what the.
Don't like that word.
But from a young perspective, power couple is generally two people who can successfully come together and create and build something powerful in a nutshell. But for the individual, it could be business success. We could come together and start a company, and we can, you know, like for example, another woman that I know, I spoke about her before. She does a lot for me as far as business. You know, she fills out applications. She really anything I ask her to do, my social media, all of that type of stuff. Everybody that knows her and knows of her think that we should be in a relationship because together we make great things. It's powerful. But on a relationship level, I'm not ready to deal with what she has. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say it's a mental or, you know, it could be a whole bunch of things. I'm not going to dissect or break it down, but I'm not ready to deal with what she's bringing to the table. But she's a great person.
All right.
I was just gonna say impact. It looks like impact. What is a power couple? I guess it would depend on how you define power,
All right.
right? Maybe you are in Alicia. She said, I'm a soldier for God. So her context of power is being in alignment with the purpose God has for her life, right? So a power couple for her in her context is them being together in alignment for the plan God has for their life. Yeah. And then as a result, impact happens. Or if finances is you know the thing that we're in pursuit of, then us being in alignment with our finances so that way impact can happen. And I think that's what people talk about when they talk about power couple is just being in a position where we're in alignment with one another and we can operate at our fullest capacity in order to make major impact.
I'm gonna just say enough said.
Thank you. Okay, I have one more question. We're gonna wrap it up. And I'll take one more question from the audience, and then I have one question, and we'll kind of wrap it up, take some pictures, and celebrate and do a little line dance and get us on our way. So one more question from the audience. Go ahead.
You got it.
Is marriage seen as an accomplishment, a burden, or a partnership among the men today?
He got it again. Let's do it. You gotta answer.
And way wrong.
I feel like I'm holding the mic. The question was, is marriage seen as a burden, accomplishment,
or a partnership?
or part? All of the above. All of the above. Marriage is hard. The reason I didn't speak to the single thing, because I've been married pretty much my entire adult life, right? From 19, and then after going through a divorce, cohabitating with somebody, and then getting married to them, I feel like I've been married. I don't know what dating is, to be honest with you. But it's a burden because it's two people trying to become one, trying to operate and function together, right? So it's a burden. It's an accomplishment or an achievement because since childhood, I've been taught, you know, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. And he obtains favor from the Lord. So in the back of your mind, you're like, man, this is linked to my legacy. This marriage is linked to my legacy. So therefore it's an achievement. And then the third one was, is it a partnership? Of course, it's a partnership because you got to know, this kind of goes back to the question that was asked earlier about roles, right? You got to understand how you guys function together, understanding each other's blind spots so that you can create value and awareness in those areas that will often be impacted in negative ways.
All right.
So yeah, I say yes, all of the above.
All right.
I'm gonna piggyback off that. but I'm gonna say this. So I have a circle of friends, and there's a different perspective for each individual friend of mine. Me, I'm the one that's never been married, never been in a relationship. And I have friends that have been married for over 15 years, 10, et cetera, et cetera. Each marriage is a different experience. And when we all talk, we all can agree and disagree for every point that's being made because it's ultimately just a perspective. But I'll say this, I believe that most people, they don't really know what marriage is. And so they have this idea of what they think it means to get married, but they lack the belief and the dedication. And so a lot of people, they say they believe in God, but when they pray, they worry and they doubt. And then when they talk to other people, they speak as if they really don't believe what they're saying.
That's right.
And that type of mentality is applied to the marriage. See, they think they're married because they signed the paper and they got the ring, but they're not believing in everything that comes with it, because in a relationship, there is no more me.
Yeah.
It's we. And whenever you start thinking I, you're separating yourself from the marriage and you're starting to focus on individual. As a leader, I have to do things that I don't even want to do to ensure the success of the whole. And so a lot of times people will throw stones at the throne, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't believe in what you're saying, or they don't want to do what you're saying. And so, for an example, the woman that I was talking about earlier, she tried to tell me once that I was controlling the conversation. And I had to stop her because I was trying to control the conversation. But the reason why is because she wanted to go on a tangent and argue. That's just something that I don't do. You know what I'm saying? Especially with somebody that I'm trying to be with. So we have to be able to come to an understanding and communicate. And so if I see you're out of line or you're going too far off, I'm gonna have to reel you back in. But it's not like I'm trying to force you.
Right.
I'm trying to show you, hey,
Different way.
you're going the other way and you need to be reeled back in.
All
So
right.
sometimes we do have to apply that pressure or that control, but not too much to the point where we're trying to hurt that person or push them away. And so in a marriage, a lot of times we have to have that level of understanding that, yeah, you can be right, but you don't have to be right all the time. Or you can prove something without hurting somebody. And you just kind of have to find that line between doing those things and getting that point across.
All right.
Okay, we got one last question, then we're gonna get to the pictures and the celebration. Those of you in VIP, we're gonna take some pictures, and those of you in the audience, you wanna take some pictures, let's have a good time. We're gonna celebrate. Men Talk Part 7. It's not easy being up here talking and being vulnerable and asking questions, talking about your sex life and what you're doing. We're gonna celebrate this.
Come on, wait, give it to us.
Okay, I have a question, and this has to do with infidelity when it comes to a man and a woman. How come when a man is unfaithful, he expects a woman to kind of stay in the background, not say nothing, and forgive several times after he commits that infidelity? But if a woman, she doesn't even have to engage in sexual intercourse with a man. She could just be texting somebody or go on a date. Once he finds out that the relationship's over, he ready to walk out the door.
Yeah.
Why is that? Do women have to suffer that and try to get over that and try to move past that in a relationship? Men sometimes have outside babies, they have side chicks, they have all kinds of things. And once a woman find out, it's like you should get over it. But if a man, he even thinks about another man touching you or talking to you or being in your space, he gone. He don't want you no more. I don't want to say trash, but that's how they look. They look at you as just worthless at that point once another man is in your space or has touched you.
Next question.
The short answer, I'm gonna just say divide and conquer. Like that's as men, that's the kind of what we're taught. But we're also like, if somebody tips something that's ours, we're territorial, so we like, okay. And that's just the short answer, like from my perspective. When I was monogamous, it was about territorial. Like if I had some infidelity and then I found out something was going on, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm out. Depending on like how it would have occurred, you know, like how it occurred. But if it's somebody like, oh, you let that nigga Terry hit?
Right.
Like, you know, I'm out. Cause it's just like, okay, like, you know, we're not even on the same level, you know, so that's the short answer.
Some women do they back.
They do they back.
They are rated.
We grown. We grown.
No kids.
It's how you feel.
The reality of it is, there's variables. There's always variables in situations like that. I think one of the things you got to take in consideration for men, the underlining tone of the relationship is about respect.
Yeah.
Right? It's about respect. That's what it's all about, respect. For women, it's about love in most situations. But in many cases, okay, it's about variables. Y'all trapping me. Y'all putting me in. One thing about me, when I'm in the ground, I will swing back. You hear me? I'm swinging back. So the reality of it is, in situations like that, I don't justify bad behavior.
Right.
I do acknowledge reasons.
Right.
Right? And there are sometimes when you are in a relationship with a person and you are no longer the priority with that person, you drift. You drift. So what happens when you drift? You'll drift into something.
Yeah.
Right? But for a man, because we understand that love is her thing, right? It's like when she crossed that line, there's a respect barrier that's corrupted my life. You've disrespected me. From a man that's taking care of your family. I don't know if it's a traditional situation or whatever the case may be, but if you're making provisions for somebody and they go up and give ass up to somebody else, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a disrespect. That's a disregard for who I am as a man. There's many other variables that I could share, but I don't want to bore you with details. Talk to me after the fact, and we'll talk after the thing is over with. Brandon, what's nah?
I ain't saying that.
I'm gonna say one word and then I'm gonna kind of touch on it. May not be popular, but the word I'm looking at is value. And so hundreds of years ago, most of the stuff that we sit around talking about and thinking about wasn't even on the table. So for thousands of years, there's been a system and a way that we do things as human beings. And then we got to the point where we started to look at things and say, oh, I don't like this, let's change this, etc. However, in relationships, the value didn't really change as far as the roles is concerned. And a lot of people look at it from men and women. The value that the woman is bringing to the man is a lot of times the sex, the emotional, and all of that. And so when you give that value to someone else, that's the equivalent of everything else that man was providing, and he's doing it for somebody else. So even if I wasn't having sex with this woman, if I was giving her money, you'd be pissed off. If I was giving her time, you'd be pissed off. That same value equates to the sex for a woman. So if you giving that what the man sees as value here, that's what I want, then that's not to say that's all you got, but that's like the way it's being viewed as the damage is being done. So that's why the loyalty and the respect, that's what we hang on. Y'all don't hang on that. So when it's broken for y'all, it's not the same. It's not the same for us. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, that's what it comes down to, the value of it.
I think these fellas did a beautiful job answering the question. I don't know how much I'm going to add to it, like realistically, but I'll give it a shot. To my brother here's point, right? There's been a lot of things that have evolved through tradition, right? Thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And when you really just break it down in terms of cheating, if a woman cheated on her man back in the day, right? I'm talking about warrior civilization, right? That significantly diminishes that man's social standing amongst other men, right? And so think about a man who's attempting to lead other men, right, into battle, right, or what have you. It's very difficult for those men to follow a man that's own woman in his own household has betrayed him. Very difficult. Matter of fact, it doesn't happen. I think that's in part why some of this, like the Will and Jada stuff that went down a couple of years ago, was just so catastrophic. Because Will, to some is just in the pantheon of black men for a long time. And so to see how Jada just ran all over him, in a way, it's hard for Will to give other men advice about anything. As prolific as he is and all the things that he does, having your woman cheat on you, or maybe it's not cheating, but like even sleeping with a man that's 27 years your junior is a really kind of interesting situation. On the other side of it, there are men who will cheat for emotional reasons, right? But sometimes I know of men who will engage with other women and have no intention on leaving his primary woman, like none at all. And so I think that's part of the clue. Sometimes when men do that, it has nothing to do with leaving his primary woman. More times than not, when women are doing that, this hasn't come overnight. She's been dissatisfied for a long time. There's been needs unmet, right? Spoken or unspoken, the man has kind of ignored that for a while. And so when she's engaging on that level, it's not usually just from reason. It's emotional. There's a tie there.
Yeah.
And so she's pulled deeper into it as well. So that's what I would say.
Okay. Let's give these women a round of applause. Okay, as we close out, I want to hear from the audience. Did y'all enjoy Men Talk?
Oh, yeah.
Do y'all want some more Men Talk? Okay, y'all make sure y'all follow the Sisterhood Foundation page, and we will share more information about part 8. This time we're going to take some pictures. We're going to celebrate. We're going to do some line dancing, and we're going to eat, and we're going to get out of here. I thank you all very, very much for coming, looking all good. Black excellent at its finest, showing up and showing out. And I hope we can continue to bring the community together, continue to have this conversation to build upon men and women. If we don't get it right, how can we expect for our kids to get it right? How can we expect for the culture to get it right? So let's continue to have these dialogues. Let's continue to show up for each other. Let's continue to build upon this. I want to thank all of the men. Thank you, Brandon, for helping out with the questions. I appreciate you. Malcolm, thank you again for coming. Derek, we appreciate you very, very much. Toya, words can't describe how I'm appreciative of the work that you put into Sisterhood Foundation. Lisa, Christina, Miss Veronica, where's Miss Neek at? All of y'all for being a part of Sisterhood. This is bigger than all of us. This is big for not just us women, but for the girls that we serve, and so I appreciate y'all all for showing up, showing out. Let's get this party started. DJ, thank you so much, 720. I know you're gonna rock it. So we have more food left. Let's have a good time. Let's take some pictures. Thank y'all very much. Thank you, Jen.
Everybody around here, let's get it going, get it going, get it going. You just want to do it. It's like so when it's coming, yeah. Everybody to the right, you can look at the same.
Oh, I want to mention something. We have our photographer here, Matt. So, if you want to take a picture, VIP, the panelists, he's going to take pictures and print them out for you. And they're going to come in a frame. So, if you and your lady want to take a picture, each panelist and the VIP, they get their own picture printed out. If we have extra leftover, the rest of the people have some of this. So they talk about it.
is the check. Please.
You want me to end it?
Uh-huh.